Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome to the newcomers to the channel. Today we have awesome information on the Ahsoka series and other news as well. But before we do start, remember to get this video and this channel trending, hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell, and share the channel and video with your friends. Also, don't forget to join the membership program where there's 3 tiers and you could read more about it down below. And once you're done watching this video, go check out my last one. Give it a thumbs up as you watch. Let's roll the dice and start the show. Ahsoka is a big part of what's happening in this time period. The question of how different stories like Skeleton Crew and the Book of Boba Fett overlap, that is going to be something that's ever evolving. But there are strong stories that are being built concurrently within that world. So this quote that you heard directly is from Jon Favreau talking about the Ahsoka series and other shows and how they're going to be all interacting together and what they're going to be doing for the future. Now we know that the Ahsoka Tano series is going to be big, and we know that this is the former Padawan of Anakin Skywalker, now played in live action by Rosario Dawson, and is a crucial figure to the developing story. The evolving nature of this era perhaps explains the recent discussion of the Mandalorian's place in the timeline because it sounds rather complex. Now, one of the biggest takeaways of Favreau's comments is that the Mandalorian's creator himself doesn't have a firm picture in mind for where things are going. He and Lucasfilm's Dave Filoni undoubtedly have ideas, and we have seen that throughout the board. They've talked about that, but in recent comments about the Mandalorian not currently having an ending in mind, lend credits to the idea that the narrative has many years ahead before coming to a conclusion, coming to an end. Now, both creators have stated that they prefer open endings, and the story unfolding may ultimately culminate in something that leaves room for a number of characters to continue on in future stories. Now, with Ahsoka set to bring Grand Admiral Thrawn, a ruthless Imperial warlord, the story seems to have a villain waiting in the wings. Now, though the Chiz motives won't be revealed until the TV show premieres, Thrawn poses a far greater threat or risk than even Moff Gideon as the protagonist in The Mandalorian. Now, Ezra Bridger, a Jedi lost and last seen in Star Wars Rebels, but is now cast for live action, will also be on the way to assist Ahsoka. But it's easy to imagine the need for an army of Mandalorians to take on Thrawn and whatever forces are under his command. And also, we know that we're getting the Skeleton Crew and we haven't received much information, just, a couple pictures here and there. But we also did get Book of Boba Fett. So we have a lot of characters that have gotten their own spin-offs and that are back in the canon, right? Or are back in the main story because of The Mandalorian. Now, again, it not having an ending and leaving it kind of open-ended with a lot of characters so that way they can talk about for the future, I think is pretty cool. I think the only problem they run into is the sequel trilogy. Now, there have been some, little rumors swirling around that they're going to probably retcon the sequel trilogy. What's unfortunate is that, when they bought Lucasfilm, they needed to get the money back. And they did that by putting out 3 movies to finish the Skywalker saga, which gave them the money that they did need. But unfortunately, it ended up messing everything that's basically getting worked on now. Because if you think about it, you have all these characters that you got from the sequel trilogy, but how can they remedy it? How can they sit there and fix the problem? Well, that's where Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau come in, and they have obviously an idea. They have a team together, and they're really excited because the Ahsoka series is what's going to bring everything, I feel like, together and is going to give us what to look forward to or expect going forward after the Ahsoka series and, leading into possibly season 4 or 5 of The Mandalorian, because everybody keeps on forgetting. I keep, seeing all these YouTubers or news. Nobody knows But you got to remember something. Pedro Pascal is signed on for another 2 seasons. So in total, it was supposed to be that we're getting 5 seasons in total. Now, they can change that up and make it into a movie, which is what I'm thinking they're going to end up doing to finish this Mandoverse or Mando, or shall we say the Filoni verse with the Mandalorian. I think they're going to come to an end with that with a big movie, which they've talked about having like an Avengers type of movie where you have all the characters, where they go against the Yuzon Vong, which I think that's going to be what's going to come into play with the Ahsoka series. It's going to bring and cause a greater threat with Thrawn, as he's also bringing in these, zombie-like stormtroopers, and he's getting ready for something big. And we know this because of the books. But again, not a lot of people read the books or even watch the animation like the Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels. So that's unfortunate, but I guess that's what live action is for, right? To give you all of that. And I think that's why the actress for Sabine Wren, Natasha Liu Bordizzo, said actually, a lot of people have not seen Rebels. It's great for them to have not seen it, but we've got a standalone chapter as it is. So there it is, guys. She said it. You don't have to watch Star Wars Rebels, even though you should, because obviously it's going to talk about everything that came from season 4 of Rebels, and also you're getting all the characters. So that to me doesn't make sense. Again, that kind of scares me. Hopefully she does understand what Star Wars is and the canon of it, but we'll see what happens with this, with the Ahsoka series overall. Hopefully it ends up being good, as it was called a religious experience by Dave Filoni himself. Coming out of the viewing and seeing one of the episodes, coming out crying. So I think that the Ahsoka series will bridge a lot of things together. And when it comes to The Mandalorian, I think that we'll have an end with that with a movie. But again, let me know your thoughts, your theories in the comment section. And thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. Hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know as I have another video out tomorrow. And remember to join the membership program. Click that join button down below and it'll give you 3 tiers, as that'll help the channel grow a lot more than it already is. Remember, the Eternal Sith, then, now, forever. Later, guys.